The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,226,191. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,479. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,117, with total confirmed deaths at 204. We anticipate the local numbers to increase as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's 4 p.m. on Monday, April 12th. Los Angeles County public health officials announced beginning tomorrow and Wednesday, county-run vaccination sites will begin vaccinating entire households living in certain communities. Now, to qualify, at least one member of the household must be eligible to receive the vaccine, and the households that qualify must live in one of the communities listed online. Those who are currently eligible include residents 50 and older, those who work in education and childcare, emergency services, food and agriculture, people with serious health conditions or disabilities and their caretakers, people who work in congregate living spaces, janitorial, custodial, and maintenance services, as well as those who work in transportation and logistics. You can go to myturn.ca.gov to see if you qualify and schedule those appointments. The city of Los Angeles is now vaccinating anyone 16 and older. The option to book an appointment opened up this weekend at city-run vaccination sites and will begin giving the shot tomorrow. Under the healthcare provider Carbon Health, people 16 and older is now an option and can make an appointment. Of the 3 vaccines currently available in the U.S., Pfizer is the only one authorized for those 16 and older. This week, Los Angeles is expected to receive 60,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine, 56,000 doses of the Pfizer shot, and 15,000 Johnson & Johnson single-dose vaccines. In total, city vaccination sites will have the ability to administer more than 130,000 doses to residents, with 60,000 of them being first dose appointments and 70,000 second doses. These will be available across 9 permanent vaccination sites, including Cal State LA, Dodger Stadium, USC, Pierce College, and other city-run sites, as well as through the Mobile Outreach for Vaccine Equity program. Other local municipalities have opted to expand their eligibility earlier as well, including Riverside and Orange counties and the city of Long Beach. The news comes a few days before the state officially opens up eligibility for anyone 16 and older, which takes effect beginning Thursday, April 15th. Well, as more residents in Los Angeles County become vaccinated, many may notice an option to upload digital proof of their vaccine. Patients who live in the county can sign up to get a text message with a link to the same information as the paper card form. The message also offers to send a follow-up text to remind the patient when to come back to get their second dose. You can load that information into your Apple or Google Wallet, where other things like tickets to events or airline boarding passes can be stored. The Los Angeles Wallet Pass is one of the first examples in the U.S. that shows proof of a digital COVID-19 vaccine, where people can quickly show anyone who may need to know, whether an airline or school or stadium, that you are fully vaccinated. The county partnered with HealthVana to allow users to download the record. Now, officials say despite receiving the digital copy, to be sure to keep those paper cards stored away safely somewhere. The World Health Organization is developing digital standards that will make these vaccine records and COVID test results more secure to help prevent or reduce fraud. California continues to see COVID-19 trends decline steadily. As of today, California has 3,602,827 confirmed cases of COVID-19, resulting in 59,249 deaths to date. The number of new cases per 100,000 is down to 4.7, with new deaths per 100,000 at 0.1. Statewide, 22,974,654 vaccines have been administered. The Los Angeles Lakers announced plans to welcome back fans to the Staples Center when they host the Boston Celtics this week on April 15th. Ticket holders will be required to show that they live in California with a driver's license or state-issued ID, and show proof that they are fully vaccinated. And if fans are not vaccinated yet, they will be required to provide proof from a healthcare provider of a negative COVID-19 test result within 72 hours of tip-off. This may be the protocol for most sports games for now in California, as the Sacramento Kings also tweeted today that they plan to welcome back fans beginning April 20th with the same requirements. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced at least 1 in 5 Americans are now fully vaccinated, with at least a third of the population having received at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. With the U.S. administering a 7-day average of 3 million vaccine doses per day, daily case counts are continuing to decline. Now, although efforts are ramping up to distribute COVID-19 vaccines, and many having received at least the first shot, a new poll released by Monmouth University says 1 in 4 people recently surveyed are unwilling to get the vaccine, despite roughly 60% of respondents having favorable perceptions of the vaccine. According to Johns Hopkins University, the latest 7-day average of new COVID-19 cases in the U.S. is still 66,000, and the 7-day average of COVID-19 deaths still remain at an alarming 978. Help is on the way for millions of families who lost a loved one due to COVID-19. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, launched a massive funeral assistance program that could help reimburse thousands of dollars spent on saying goodbye to a loved one during the pandemic. Applications open today, and families can now apply to recoup some of the costs. Applicants could receive up to $9,000 per funeral of a COVID-19 caused death. Households that lost more than one family member to COVID-19 could receive up to $35,000. FEMA officials say the only way to apply is by calling a dedicated toll-free phone number. No online applications will be accepted. Now, before making the call, applicants should have the following information available to expedite the process: the Social Security number and date of birth for the applicant and the deceased individual, a death certificate that indicates that the death was attributed to COVID-19, a current mailing address and phone number, location or address of where the COVID-19 victim passed away, information about burial and funeral insurance policies, information about other funeral assistance received, such as donations, CARES Act grants, and help from voluntary organizations, and the applicant's bank account information. And if multiple loved ones helped pay for a funeral and want to be reimbursed, they must each register with FEMA under the same application as the applicant and co-applicant. According to industry experts, an average cemetery plot can cost anywhere from $2,000 and up alone, plus the cost of a casket, marker or headstone, and the funeral service as well. Costs can range between $10,000 to $20,000 in cemetery and funeral home expenses. FEMA reimbursements will go to those who paid for funeral expenses after January 20th, 2020. To apply, call the toll-free number 844-684-6333 to complete an application with a FEMA representative. Assistance is available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. Now, if you are eligible for FEMA's COVID-19 Funeral Assistance Program, you will receive a check by mail or direct deposit, depending on which method you choose. April is National Donate Life Month, a time designated to bring awareness to the importance of organ donor registration and to celebrate those who have saved lives by becoming a donor. The White House officially released a proclamation for the month-long designation, encouraging more Americans to register. This month-long observance also encompasses National Pediatric Transplant Week from April 18th to the 24th, a week dedicated to ending the pediatric transplant waiting list. Now, despite the challenges of 2020, organ transplants from deceased donors set an annual record for the 10th consecutive year, a reflection of America's generosity and selflessness, especially during this incredibly difficult year. More than 39,000 life-saving or life-enhancing organ transplants were performed in the U.S. in the last year from both living and deceased donors. Unfortunately, there are still more than 107,000 people currently on the National Transplant Waiting List. You can go to donatelifecalifornia.org to sign up. Driving along Torrance roads this week, you'll notice Hometown Heroes banners flying proudly. A month ahead of the traditional Armed Forces Day parade and celebrations, banners are being installed and will remain up until mid-July. The city's annual military recognition program honors the community's men and women in uniform who are currently serving in the armed forces, as well as veterans who have served in the past. Families can purchase a banner to honor their loved ones. Honorees must be a military personnel of the past or present, must be a Torrance resident or an immediate family member to a Torrance resident, or have graduated from high school in Torrance. This program was created in 2012. Now, due to the pandemic, this year's Armed Forces Day parade and festivities have been postponed to 2022. Well, as students return back from spring break vacations, the Torrance Unified School District is asking families to take precaution and follow the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health's guidelines. Last week, the travel advisory was revised, lifting the mandate for fully vaccinated travelers to quarantine upon their return to the county. Officials say it's imperative that Los Angeles County residents continue to take steps necessary to curb the spread of COVID-19 and contain new variants of infection until more people are vaccinated in California and globally. The revised guidance says a person who is not fully vaccinated should avoid non-essential travel and quarantine for 10 days when returning to Los Angeles County from out of state or the country. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control still cautions against non-essential travel and urges the public to continue to wear face coverings, social distance, and get the COVID-19 vaccine when you're eligible. To stay updated, go to TUSD.org. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, congratulations to 3 extraordinary Torrance students who were named South Bay Magazine's 20 Under 20. South High's Nicole Leano and Brennan Liu and Torrance High's Natalie Brar made this exclusive list. The magazine highlights local events, dining experiences, real estate, arts, homes, and students in the area. What a great way to feature some of our brightest stars from Torrance. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We'll see you here tomorrow as Rhiannon Chutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.